Good morning, everyone.
Morning, I'm Carl Minkers. This is Aaron Burns. We are WRME Live. And we are what? Episode
254.
254? December 5th, 2025.
No, time's flying by. Uh-oh. You forgot to mute your phone.
Well, he's on my important list.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going to come through no matter what.
He's on the important list.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy days, It's been some long days. Okay.
Yes, it has.
If everybody's wondering why their mortgage payment's going up, check your insurance rates. Not a whole lot you can do about that except shop it.
Right.
But property tax, holy cow. I have cut so many checks for property tax. Most people don't see that except in their escrow increase.
Right.
But man, I tell you what.
And if you don't have the homestead, and you can, the homestead exemption, do
Absolutely
it on
gotta
your
have that.
primary residence.
Yeah. Without that, it's an automatic 5% increase. Or if you refinance, you're going to get a bigger increase. Then they're going to take it to current market value, whatever it's been appraised for,
Right.
or whatever. And one of the things that kind of frustrates me, because I just wrote over $20,000 worth of property tax checks, and 83% of that goes to the school.
Yep.
So, I like having good schools, but
But I think
have you
they
seen
could-
the Taj Mahals that we have?
Yes, I think they
The
could
college campuses?
revamp their financials and their spendings and get
Mm-hmm.
more for their buck.
Yeah, I just, because times are tight,
Yeah.
This whole crazy last 4 or 5 years isn't going to undo itself real quick, okay?
Yep.
I don't really expect everything to really change until at least the first quarter, maybe second quarter of 26.
Right.
We don't know about the interest rates right now. They're between 6.4 to 6.7%. I don't really expect them to change much. They say, yeah, we're going to have a drop, but expect it to be like 0.2. Not even below 6.
No.
Okay. I've got some clients right now I'm working with that, they got a 3.25% interest rate.
It's hard to change when you got a low interest rate.
Yeah, they have a payment of $1,300 right now. They're in a pickle or, getting tight. They would like to refinance their house. They're going to get a 6.5% interest rate, and it will more than double their payment.
Because as soon as they do it, interest rate goes up,
Insurance,
insurance goes up, and
Taxes go up. Yep, it's just
And shop your homeowner's insurance. Just because you're with a company doesn't mean you have to stay with them. We just switched
Absolutely.
again. So we switch about every 2 years usually or so because of the jump.
yeah. The Oklahoma City market's doing pretty good. Inventory's up 11%, which means there's more houses for sale.
Yes.
And also our time on market is, up to 41 days,
Yeah.
which, to sell a house, you got to price it right. Otherwise, it's going to sit there.
Yes.
And we got a new one on the market.
We do. It
Today?
went inactive yesterday.
Yep.
Nope, I got it up there yesterday.
All right. That's 13324 Southwest 4th Terrace.
Yes.
Terrace, yeah.
Don't go to street or drive a road or whatever the one is. It's on Terrace.
That's a really nice house. 3-bed, 2-bath,
Has new carpet,
new carpet, new garage door, just
new LED lighting throughout.
everything's been inspected already. So, yeah, it should go fairly quick, we hope. Okay, what
And it's
else
a
we
nice
got?
little neighborhood. It's right
Yeah.
down from the neighborhood park, and it looks like a
It's
splash pad.
it's kind of like your standard neighborhood, but yeah, they got a really cool playground and stuff like that.
Yeah, yesterday when I was over there, there was actually some kids playing in the field next to the playground. So, nice
Yeah,
little community.
neighborhoods like that's the bulk of what's being built right now. 23% of all sales are new homes. They are building houses everywhere.
And this one's a 2010, I think, right in there.
The what now?
The one on Fourth Terrace is a 2010.
Yeah, it's 2010, I
Yeah,
believe.
so it's
and
not too old.
yeah, yeah. Just a
Nice
house.
condition. You wouldn't believe it was a 2010 by looking at it. It's
Yeah.
in great shape.
Well, it seems weird to me, because I've been in real estate quite a while. A 2010 house is 15 years old.
I know.
I'm like, oh, it's a new house. Well, no, it's 15 years old.
Right.
You know.
But it looks good. I've seen houses in 1980s, 1990s, older ones like that look great.
Yep.
So,
And I tell you what, I think the big companies that were buying all the real estate for rentals, that has slowed down dramatically. Rent rates are still crazy.
right.
And I feel sorry for people that are renting, but and sometimes it's probably better for people to rent just for their own peace of mind. You got a mortgage, you're signing paperwork.
Yes.
That's saying, hey, you're going to do this. I know that's the same on leasing a house, but that's only a commitment for a year or two, something like that.
Yes.
It's kind of like a car loan.
And your rent's going to go up.
Right, and rent's going to go up because that landlord's property taxes and his insurance is going
Going
up
up.
a minimum of 5% each.
And-
okay,
99% of the time, there's a mortgage on your rental. And they're not making, if any, a profit. They might be breaking even every month.
so many investors, if they break even on cash flow, they're considering themselves doing pretty good.
Right.
And then they do get to take the depreciation on their taxes.
Yes.
The appreciation of the house, houses are appreciating. What is it? I think 3.4% right now in our market.
Nice.
Still, which is the rest of the country's not really doing that good. And there's areas that have no appreciation. Denver, Colorado has like 20% depreciation. It's terrible. So the investors, they take that. And then and they want to hold that 5 or 10 years or maybe longer.
Right.
And then when they cash out, they're going to take that money and they're either going to 1031 it so that to avoid taxes, or just pay the taxes and go on.
Here's another option. If you like the house you're in, you want to buy,
Yeah.
talk to the owner.
Talk to the landlord
I've
or
done
your property
paperwork
manager.
only on instances like that. The renters,
Mm-hmm.
investor was open to selling, the owner, whatever. And
Especially if you've been really taking care of
Right.
of the house. Okay.
and the tenants agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you hear your landlord wants to put it up for sale for whatever reason, then do it. There's opportunities if you look for them, if you're wanting to own a house.
Now, and if you're a tenant and the owner of the house puts it up for sale, that's why that lease is in place, because it protects you. If the owner sells that house, that lease goes with it. So, unless there's provisions for breaking that,
Yes.
So always read your lease for one thing.
That's why it's good not to go month to month. Always sign a new lease.
Yep. Because, if you go on a month to month, 30 days you could be without a place
They
to
can
live.
give you notice.
And you know how hard it is out there to find a good place to live.
Especially if you have animals of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
Those rentals are hard to find.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. We had an applicant the other day, has like 4 dogs. I was like, oh my gosh, you got pet deposits on all of them.
And
Then you got to
some-
find a house, a landlord that's willing to take that many dogs.
And a lot of times you got to pay a pet rent. Best way to put it, every month on
Yep.
top of that.
That's a whole nother deal. That's something we'll
It
let
is.
Christine talk about when
Wow.
she's on here. Because I try to stay out of the rental market as far as I don't manage any of my own rentals except for commercial. That's done through property management, and they know all the rules to that.
Yeah.
And there's 1,000 rules to that.
Unfortunately, I had a few of my good clients,
Yeah.
relatives that needed rentals, so I learned a lot.
Right. Okay, what else we got today? Covered property taxes. The rate drop.
Now it's been cold. For any of you that haven't covered your outdoor faucets,
Yep.
you've been lucky so far. Cover them.
We haven't had a really hard freeze. We've had some good freezes.
Right.
But not down in the teens or anything.
But depending on how good your home insulation is and the insulation around those faucets, it
Mm-hmm.
might not take too much. So,
Yeah, if your house has a crawl space,
Yes.
you're doubly exposed. So make sure everything's covered up.
and if you haven't got your heat and air serviced, get that done. That'll help.
And I'm a big fan of that yearly checkup on the
Yes.
heat and air. Airflow Technologies does us a great job on all that stuff. They pretty much take care of all of our rentals. We try to head off any problems before you get the
Yes.
snow like we had yesterday, and I can just imagine what the heat and air guys were like.
Oh, yeah.
And of course plumbers too. They're out fixing pipes and all this other stuff. Yeah. It all stacks up when the weather changes, either hot
Yes.
or cold.
And if you go
Either
out of
way.
town for the holidays, if you have a smart thermostat, adjust it. So it can be one temperature during the day, one temperature at night when it gets colder. Since you're not there to monitor. And always have someone that can check your house in case something does happen while you're out of town, a pipe break or something.
Open those cabinet doors, all that stuff.
Yep.
Most people, they know these things, they just forget about them. You can Google how to prep for the cold weather and stuff like that if you're a renter or a new homeowner, and they'll give you a list of stuff to do.
And that goes for anyone that has a listing that's vacant or a rental property that's vacant, Check that.
Vacant with no utilities is bad, because there's water sitting in those pipes. Even if
Yes.
the water's not on, the hot water tank has
Water.
water in it, unless it's been drained, unless the house has been winterized.
And when we say winterize, it's the same as like you would an RV or anything. You're putting antifreeze type stuff in the drains and pipes and everything else to keep it from freezing.
I hate fixing pipes under a house, or it's even worse when the piping is all above, and
At
you
least.
get a split in a pipe, especially if it's a copper pipe. It'll tear up all the sheetrock in the ceiling.
Yep.
It's fun.
So yeah, just be on top of it.
All right, what else we got?
I think that's it. I can't
Okay.
think of anything else.
Not yet. Okay. Well, we got 1,000 things to do today,
We do.
so we got to get back to work. All right. Well, comment below. Send us emails. Do something. Let us know that you're out there. Okay. Because we are Main Edge, where we do